My journey before finding Westminster House for Mady was honestly just chaotic. It was frustrating and scary, and it was just chaotic. It felt like there were no answers, and I didn't even know for sure what was going on. So it was just a lot to try and piece together and know what to do. My name is Charity Cripps, and I am Maddie's mom.
So I'm Maddie, and I went through the youth program at Westminster House. I went there February 8th of 2022, which was actually my mom's birthday, and I graduated the program sometime in July, I believe, but I stayed throughout transition and ended up going back home on the 15th of August in 2022.
What surprised me the most was the help that was actually there, and the amount of help that I got, and just how much love I think both of us felt, even just from speaking on the phone. I had my first conversation there with them on the phone, and then they talked to Mady. I talked to them again, and within a week we had arranged for her. We had paperwork done. I had help with all the financing stuff to get that in place. We were able to do a tour of the house just to see what it was all about. And yeah, within a week of my phone call, Mady was in treatment.
I find that the most difficult part about navigating recovery throughout being my age is knowing that I stopped using before I was ever even of the age to legally do so. So there's a lot of these what society has created as monumental moments in your life where you go out to have a drink for your 21st birthday or your 19th birthday, and you do all these crazy things on the weekend, but that's not what I do. And sometimes I do end up feeling left out and alone because of how normalized it is to just be using. But what always gets me out of that is I come back into recovery and talk with my recovery friends, and the Westminster House has also given me people in my own age range to talk to about this, and we're going through the same thing, and we get to make ulterior plans so we can still continue to have fun and live our teenage lives, but just without harming ourselves the way that we used to. So there's also the aspect of sometimes people not believing that you are an addict, and you have already gone through what addiction is like, and kind of well, how do you know you're an addict? You're still so young, but there's no rules to it. And it's hard to explain that to people, that just because I am so young and went through so much already doesn't mean that maybe in a year I can try again, because that's not what I believe to be working. And the peer pressure aspect of it, I don't know, when I don't find that I get peer pressured in the sense where someone's asking me hey, let's go drink, you're not cool if you don't, because that's not really what peer pressuring is anymore. It's kind of just somebody's asking you oh, do you want to hit this, and then you feeling awkward or left out because you're gonna say no. And I find it comes from a lot of mental power to be if I say no, what are they gonna think? Are they gonna think that I'm not cool? Are they gonna think that I'm too stuck up? And just knowing that other people aren't, the chances of people even thinking about that are just so low, that it's just okay to say no, because that's where your comfort zone is, and that's all you need to do, is to say no when you're uncomfortable. The most empowering thing about being a youth in recovery is having so many people around you having older women in the community, men and women, tell me that they wish they could have done what I've done at this age. And there is a lot of appreciation from the people around me who almost envy the fact that this program was here for me when I needed it, and they didn't get that chance, and now we truly have the resources to make this accessible for more people. And I don't have to live the way that I used to live. I truly know that there are other options out there, and that if I'm unhappy, I know how to change it without having to use a substance that was ultimately going to hurt me more. and I don't have to rely on anything other than like myself and my friends. I'm not dependent on a substance. I don't like go to school not knowing what's happening. I don't have to lie. I get to be truly who I am now. I found what really helped was the transition program, where I was slowly learning how to get back like talking with peers outside of the program, and I'm like talking to my old friends again in a healthy way, and I'm learning how to set boundaries with people around my life, and I'm learning how to go on my phone in a healthy way, and I'm like seeing my family more and more, and like learning that like when I need to take breaks from them, that's still okay. And what I really love is the option to continue to come back around the house like whenever you want, because it's such an open armed place where if you're feeling like sad and alone, like really you can just come over and like take a girl out for coffee and it will instantly make you feel better. My brother's one of my best friends now, and we've like apologized to each other, and I make sure that like he gets the attention that he should have had when we were younger too. And yeah, my family is my best friends now. I love spending time with them, even though sometimes they still get on my nerves. But
we work through it.
Yeah, we work through it a lot faster.
The biggest change that I've seen between myself and both kids and with mine and Maddie's relationship is that like we can just be together. Like there's no tension, there's no anger, like there's no underlying elephant in the room
They're walking on eggshells.
Yeah, like we just have fun together, and we love each other, and we trust each other, and you know, like I don't know, I found recovery through Mady, so I learned a lot of surrendering and letting go, and as soon as I was truly able to do that, that's when I felt like our family was a family again. I'd go visit her and we'd go to meetings together, and you know, you just see someone go in so broken and so lost and just so empty, and then you see them changing. Like every time I would visit her, she was just a little more put together and a little more life in her eyes, and it was just like, you know, by the time 6 months came, it was like, wow, she's a real put together, happy, beautiful young lady who's definitely going to do amazing things in life. And how could that not be attractive, right? Like, you know, in that such a short time, 6 months is such a small window of your life, and to be able to change that much and be that much stronger and just that much more happy, it's definitely contagious, and I definitely wanted in on that. So I secretly kind of did recovery for myself, and then I was like, you know what, why is this a secret? You know, let's just do this together. So we did talk about it because I didn't know if it was going to be awkward or anything, but no, I love it. We're buddies. We got this.